It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry. In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
طيب.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
بيقولوا ايه اللي تعرفوا عن الهور هاوس اللي احنا لسه هنخشه. بيقولوا ان احنا بنسمع اصوات غريبه وصويت وصريخ ربنا يطمنك.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
خلاص كده شكرا.
That'll be all for now.
شكرا. ايه ده؟
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
كلهم بيتكلموا عن موضوع ان الحيتان كلهم كلهم اختفوا.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
من بعد ما حصل. طيب تعال نكمل investigation. تعال نشوف الناس دي بتعمل ايه.
Let the police do their work. Hey,
What?
Sullivan.
ايه اللي
Can't
حصل؟
go any faster?
Have you seen how old this thing is? If we force it too much, we'll break it.
ده انت بتصطاد ايه يا عم تنيل؟
But it's only a fish.
ايه ده اخر حوت.
Fish. You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
طيب.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the...
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at there.
The whole mansion went up in...
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's...
What do you mean by
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
مش عارفين نخش الهور هاوس، فشكلنا ايه هنخشه بطريقة لوزعية. مين ده بقى؟
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you.
The bootleggers.
They're protecting their territory. From whom?
They really don't have a choice. They're more scared of Cat than an attack.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking the...
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going...
Isn't it a bit early for...
We got nothing better to do
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again.
So we...
ماشي.
I've taken enough.
We'll see you.
طيب. هل في شيء آخر؟ أنا ما أعتقدش. لا هتلاحظ هذا ماله. ما علينا. هنا. ده ماشي.
There.
ايه ده؟
Hello, old friend.
تمام. هنحاول نخش.
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Boy, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get it.
Now, we don't give a damn about you.
I've got to get inside.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything?
She sent me to see who's filching her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
تجربة جميلة. ندخل كده من هنا.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
يبقى احنا كده المفروض.
Well,
Did you miss?
I have an offer that could interest you.
we're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help?
There's only one.
For sure.
Look what I've got.
ايوه.
You're a good guy, you. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear it.
زي الفل. يبقى احنا كده تخلصنا منهم بنجاح. نكمل باقي انفستيجيشن براحتنا جوه المكان. السلم مكسور. الباب الخلفي.
Let's see.
تمام. افتح يا والي.
Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Oh. To enter the reconstruction scene, hold A.
It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
الحمد لله. طيب تعال نرجع. دي لوحة من لوحاتها. ما اعتقدش ان في حاجة تاني. طيب.
Someone has settled in here.
Piers,
اوبا.
has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You, don't move. Detective Piers. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
معلش ما كنتش لاقي حمام عايز اشخ فدخلت هنا معلش. لا طبعا مش ههدد وناخدها easy. Let's team up. تعالى نتفق مع بعض او نساعد بعض.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again.
أهلا.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Yeah.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
زي الفل. ده في حد بيراقبهم. اوبا. يا حلاوة.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion.
ده المكان اللي حصل فيه الحادثة بتاعت عيلة هوكنز.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
تمام. نيجي بقى نسأل الأسئلة الذكية.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or...
لا اصبر بس. You know the place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case. That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the paint.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Anything I should be aware of? يعني...
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
طيب.
Night falls quickly.
I'll go with you.
ماشي.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
ماشي. اوكي. مكان جميل شاعري جدا. نحاول نخش بقى البتاع ده. انت رايح فين؟ مش هو الطريق من هنا المفروض؟ نستكشف شوية. المنارة اهي واحنا كنا تحت هنا اهو. ايه ده؟ اوه حوت. تمام. ممكن نستعمل الكلام ده على انه كلو. هل في حاجة تانية هنا؟ لا اعتقد. طيب ماشي.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
الشجرة لسه واقعة من قريب يعني. البيت شكله ضخم قوي وقديم جدا. اهلا وسهلا.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693. طيب. اللطخ واقف هنا اهو. بس هنا. مدخل اهو. كويس ان اللعبة بتسقف لوحدها. اوكي. باب مقفول.
I'll have to find another entrance.
الشبابيك وبيبان مقفولين بالخشب. طيب طبعا أنا
This entrance is still in